Hey, this is Henry Rotten.
Hey, this is Marcus Interfonte.
It's Brad fucking Rush.
This is Big Sexy Venom here.
This is Kill OK.
This is Killjoy.
Hi, it's Tim Lee.
Mike Damage.
This is Doc Holliday.
Yo, it's Barack Obama.
I'm Sam Jude, and this is the GBYWN.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Global Backyard Wrestling Nation podcast. This is your host, as always, Rad Hazard, highlighting all of the positivity, skills, and athleticism that can only come from a backyard wrestling alliance much like this, the largest known backyard wrestling alliance in history, the Global Backyard Wrestling Nation. And ladies and gentlemen, in this edition of its podcast, we will have an interview with none other than the former Global Backyard Wrestling Nation champion of the world, United Kingdom's own Sam Jude. My very favorite interview so far here on the podcast. But before I get to that, folks, a little bit of news for you. If you've not heard, recently, I have not said this is the only backyard wrestling podcast in existence, because it's not true anymore. The Global Backyard Wrestling Nation Australian podcast is up and for you to view any given time on YouTube. Check out all of the great stories from before and during the GBYWN era for the country of Australia, including many of the stars of WZWA, the Warzone Wrestling Alliance, currently holding the GBYWN World Hardcore Championship and the GBYWN Australian Championship. And speaking of which, just last weekend, WZWA hosted its false finish event. And let me tell you, folks, a new WZWA Backyard Champion was crowned in DK Joker. And of course, we saw in the main event, Mykonos defeat Antilochus to retain both the WZWA Championship and GBYWN Australian Championship. Now, surprisingly enough, the GBYWN World Hardcore Championship is vacant. There's no champion at the moment, at least that is to my knowledge. At the moment, the title is currently held up. So it's very interesting to see what will happen with that championship belt. Who will be crowned the top hardcore wrestler in the entire world? Recognized by the Global Backyard Wrestling Nation, the governing body of the best in backyard wrestling and all the creativity that comes from it. Not only that, folks, but recently I got to go to LXW Reloaded 6 in York, Pennsylvania. And let me tell you, I had a hell of a time. An amazing time. Not only that, but I wrestled for the LXW Submission Championship, defending my gold against none other than the GBYWN World Tag Team Champion herself, Jesla. 1/3 of the Knockout Club and 1/2 of those tag team title holders, the best tag team in the GBYWN right now. And let me tell you, I was successful in that bout. In fact, all of the LXW title holders were successful in their bouts. But in defeat, Jesla and the Knockout Club in itself is getting more and more credibility by the minute. And I know that there is a revolution right now for the youth movement to step up. The next generation of this great alliance is stepping up to the forefront. And the Knockout Club is no different, showing the women's side of it, the women's movement. And let me tell you, these women are going from women who wrestle to wrestlers who are women very quickly. And if you don't know there's a difference, there's a very distinct difference. You should watch them and find out. Luckily, I was able to get my win back from when Jesla pinned me at EWA Chaos. Now I gotta get that win back from when Sarah Morgan pinned me at New Era Bangers and Smash. And we'll see when that happens. Maybe someday. And on a side note, folks, the main event saw Wolfman, former ECW alumni, folks. That's pre-Paul Heyman, Eastern Championship Wrestling. Wolfman taking on the LXW Tag Team Champion, the King Nate Dallas, in a strap match. Victorious by disqualification when Nate Dallas used a foreign object against Wolfman. But either way, Nate Dallas got what he deserved in the end. Which brings us to now. The GBYWN podcast is proud to present to you this interview with none other than one of the, if not the best technical wrestler in backyard wrestling today. I will go that far. And I am the world's pure champion, so I have a little bit of a kayfabe recognition, but let me tell you, this guy, he tops me. He tops me on every level. And I hope you enjoy his story as we continue this interview with Sam Jude. Before we get into like a lightning round favorite wrestler match stuff, is there any extra stories you'd like to tell about your wrestling career? Well, let's hear a couple. It's fun.
You know, I think the funniest stories just come from like just people being oblivious and stuff like that. I'm trying to think. RCWI, you know, there's some funny stories, like nasty funny, not the things at RCWI. I'm gonna get shit. Like this is getting my English shit.
Hell yeah.
RCWI, people go to RCWI to watch bad matches. Not to watch good matches. I go there to watch bad matches. I wanna laugh. And that makes me a bad person, that fucking makes me a bad person, but they're fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I love $5 wrestling.
Like, seriously, it's like watching $5 wrestling. They have a guy called Filthy Ack. That's his fucking name. That's his name. That's his fucking name. But I think he has something wrong with him. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this guy called Filthy Ack. And I watched him versus a guy called Harley. And it was just killers. Like, they done like a spot where he kicked him in the gut, and like 20 seconds later he sold him. That's like me punching you in the face, and then like, I'm just about to get you in a headlock, and you go, shit!
That's pretty funny though.
It is. Like, I don't want to be mean about it, but like, I know, like, I look forward to it. If I was a booker, I'd book bad matches all the time. And I'd be that's why I'll never be a booker. But I just like watching horrible matches rather than like good matches. I like seeing shit.
You ever see any fights backstage with people or close to the fights?
I've never seen. Oh, actually, no. Tell a lie, I have. There was a guy, Josh Pavitt. We all know who Josh Pavitt is, scumbag. He was the guy that said he was 100% confirmed for MYA.
He was gonna wrestle. He demanded he wrestled Andy.
He was gonna go to Goodbye, and he never went. And he wrestled a guy called Matt Carlin. Now Matt Carlin, you know, he's just Matt Carlin. You know, he's not incredible. He's just above average. He's nothing special. Yeah, he's just he's not bad. He's a decent person. And not knocking his wrestling ability. But Josh Pavitt just like taking the piss in terms of wrestling him, hitting him really hard, doing sentons directly on him, on his stomach. And Matt Carlin's sister used to go out with another guy called Matt, which I thought was really weird. And yeah, we're all inbred.
Told you.
Queen. Called it. And yeah, his sister after the match like went mental and was like nearly having a fight with him. Like I think she slapped him a couple of times and punched him. I honestly think that happened. And she run him out of the fucking building. What's going on? Why is everyone looking at their phone? It's my podcast, god damn it!
It was Jordan saying Rad sucks dick for gas money.
But yeah,
That running gag will never end.
Why? What? Yeah, okay, I think that's more interesting than whatever I've had to say.
He does. Rad suck dick for gas.
That's totally not true.
He's the AR Fox of the yard.
Wow, that's bad.
Thug loving.
You're gay for pay.
That was the name of the porn. Thug loving.
What? Really?
Yeah. Thug loving like 3.
I used to look this shit up.
That sounds like Killer Case.
Have you actually watched it?
I've seen like a minute of it, and I didn't.
How
like,
funny was it?
Which minute?
The minute of AR Fox having a dick in his ass,
Oh no!
and that was enough for me. I turned it off.
You know who fucking showed me that video first?
Mithril.
Mithril.
That's who showed it to me too.
I was like, what the fuck are you watching this show for, Mithril?
There's like only 2 things can happen with gay porn. Either you're gonna get like grossed out by it, or you're gonna get a weird boner. So I didn't want either of those to happen.
Speaking of
so I
weird
turned it off.
boners, fucking Greg as Misty.
Oh yeah, that was a weird boner.
That was like the weird. Like
one?
I couldn't stop looking at that Killjoy. Did you not see what Harry?
Yeah,
dressed
I
up
went
for
out of my
Halloween?
way not to look at that.
Oh, I
was-
looked at it
That
mad
blew my
times.
mind.
I was at a Halloween
was
party
like,
drunk, just
oh.
like, yo, maybe Greg can get it. I don't know.
I was in a club. I looked at my Facebook. I was like, oh, I'm gonna put a Facebook status up saying. I saw that and I was like, oh, I'm gonna fucking put that on my phone. I'm gonna turn my phone off.
Let me ask you about this, Sam. This is a different subject. What are your thoughts on, and has there been any history or FCW with women's wrestling?
Shit. Shit. Oh god, I'm gonna take a drink from this. This is gonna be.
I'm just gonna do that too. Then I guess.
I'm gonna pee.
All right, guys, welcome to GBYWN podcast with Mike Damage.
Sorry, do the voice. If you're gonna fucking do it, do the voice.
Welcome to the GBYWN podcast with your host, Mike Damage.
No.
We are here with Sam Jude, and Sam, has there ever been any type of history with women's wrestling in RCWA?
It's really weird because we've literally just got our first women's wrestling.
She wrestled dudes?
Yeah, no, she's wrestled dudes. She's hot as well.
Yeah, I keep getting this fucking phone call. From
Just let me answer it.
It's a college that wants me to go there, and I don't.
Yeah, but then I'll answer
Put him on the
it.
GBYWN podcast.
You know, and she's pretty hot. Like, she's like a girl's brother, sister. She's not a brother. Yeah, it was like a guy called Darwin. She's his sister, and she got trained by Sarah Knight. She's sick.
Friday night.
Yeah, she's fucking quality. But she ain't been wrestling very good people. So, I think that's kind of my only experience. But I kind of see it over here. I think it's cool. Like, I think it's nice. Not cool, but I think it's nice. Because over in England, I don't think that'd be pretty exciting. Like, we're starting to get a little bit more liberal with how we're thinking, but it's nice that you kind of come over. You know, girls can wrestle guys over here. And
I don't like women's wrestling.
You know?
No.
Straight out?
Yeah.
Like, professional women's wrestling just a little bit. Why not?
Because I judge all wrestling on the same level, and I feel like a lot of time the women just don't entertain me as much as the men. There's a select few that do.
Yeah.
Like the Del Reys, the
Del Rey versus Awesome fucking Kong.
Del Rey. Like I like her wrestling men, just because I don't know.
She kicks
I
the
feel
shit
like
out of
when you're a
people.
wrestler, there's no difference. A wrestler's a wrestler. It's not a man or a woman.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of times the women just can't perform as well as the men. And it's nothing against them. It's just an athletic thing. A lot of women are not as athletic as a lot of the men. And that's not me being a dick. That's just me stating a fact. Our bodies are built differently.
Yeah.
Our body, like, if you look at it, women's bodies are made for like babies and shit, and that's just the way it is. And men's bodies are made to hunt and shit like that, and that's just the way it is through fucking life. I don't know.
Right?
I would say more it's
753.
some of them aren't athletically able, but others aren't trained properly.
That's the
'Cause
big thing,
somebody
too.
like
nice
somebody
to
the
get-
size
Like-
of Rey Mysterio could do Rey Mysterio
Crazy.
things.
Yeah,
So
and
many-
too often than not,
The one interesting thing I will say is that we've actually had 2 women's, I guess you say intergender matches for 2 GBYWN titles this year.
Really?
So there is some, change in that.
Yeah, no, I'm never gonna go. Oh yeah, I don't want to see it. Like, I saw you and Ada at NYA, and that was
that
sick.
match was dope.
You just died.
She's a good wrestler.
No, she's a good wrestler.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If a girl can perform with a guy and hang with a guy, fucking do it. I'm never ever gonna go.
But
oh,
it also takes 2 to tango.
Marky's
No.
coming over.
Yeah. Is he really? Like right now?
Yeah. just text him.
Shit.
Mark,
He wants to come over now, but he doesn't want to come over on Saturday for a match.
maybe arrest you now.
There we go. Here, get the camera.
Zero.
But yeah.
Fucking
No,
asshole.
day negative.
Yeah, this is like day negative 2 or 3.
Yeah.
What day is it today? I don't know.
Wednesday. It
Wednesday.
is Wednesday.
I work
Because
Wednesday. You work
tomorrow's the
tomorrow.
day when me and Brad hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm going tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Basel.
Yeah.
Yeah, during the day. I didn't say this to Rab.
You gonna day drink?
Yeah, like
dig
we're
it.
gonna go for like lunch or something.
Swing by my job.
Are you awesome, guy? You
I'll
can
do that.
My car is perfectly
Bye.
fine to drive now.
So,
Yeah.
did you say we might have
Finally.
hangouts at Chris
Fuck
Frank's?
yeah.
Chris,
Took like 2 months to
Don
figure out
messaged me
things.
the other day, and he said something along the lines of Chris might let them stay at his house Friday night.
Oh,
I know a lot of guys are coming up Friday night, and I was like, oh wow, all right, well,
Because what I might
Yeah.
propose is we go and
Read
see
this shit.
Justin tomorrow.
He'll be like, wow. He probably won't give a shit, but you read this shit, you fucking won't.
So Sam,
Yes.
we talked about women's wrestling. Let me know your opinion on
midget wrestling.
hardcore wrestling.
Oh, this is gonna be
well,
horrible.
my ears are open.
Oh, God.
Let me take a drink. Maybe I'll just chug what's left of this.
Surprise.
You know why?
No.
Hardcore wrestling is a mixed bag. Very mixed bag.
Keep talking.
Obviously,
These fucking fairy boys over there sucking each other's cocks.
That's supposed to be a big deal.
yeah,
Oh
no.
no, I know what you guys said over there. Just by the way you're going, it's really not. Everyone knows already. Not everyone, but
What's
the people
this?
involved know.
What's this?
Hey, I'll tell you when we're done.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, no, hardcore wrestling is just hardcore wrestling, right?
Oh, forget it then. Oh,
What's going
whatever.
on?
I was wrong.
I feel like I'm about to edit a lot here.
To be expected.
yeah. Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, like hardcore wrestling is just like if done right. We spoke about this last night, actually, didn't we?
He's looking right at you. He's looking at you and he's talking about hardcore wrestling.
No. It's only because me and him spoke about it last night. If hardcore wrestling's done right, all for it. Your deathmatch with KKK done right.
Thank you.
But when I see just people hitting each other with shit, just mindless attacks with steel chairs, and then you're not selling it, then what do you have to do? Do you have to throw someone off a fucking building to get the win? There's no. You kick out of shit. There's no ending. There's no. Because that's going to be the difference between me and Mike. Me and Mike's going to have a story. Me and Mike's going to be.
There's still a psychology to hardcore wrestling. It's just the moves are changed to weapons shots and things like that.
But I'll disagree with you wholeheartedly and say there's no psychology in hardcore wrestling. There is, to an extent. But then when you go to like CCW Tournament of Death, how much psychology can you have?
Oh, that's just
But it's a
because
tournament.
it's been so overblown and stuff. They feel like they have.
It's a
to
tournament,
do it.
though.
Just-
Like,
just say
but
that.
with like CCW annoys me because the crowd is always going to be shit.
Yeah,
The
that's-
worst fucking crowd in
that's a
wrestling.
whole
Because they've
other.
been
Eric
spoiled.
hates when I shoot on CZW. I think CZW is the worst thing in wrestling right now.
But it's always been bad. The crowd's always been bad.
The
It's
crowd's
'cause
always
the
been bad, but
crowd-
at least before they had decent wrestling.
It's because
but
the
now,
crowd-
now it's at the
One
point
at a
where the wrestlers are like the crowd's bad and we don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Right, but the thing is, you have to be as a booker. You have to
Yeah,
be
well,
smart.
DJ's a shitty booker.
Oh yeah. Well,
I just feel like CZW is almost on a different level of not level, but a different place in wrestling psychology wise because they feel like they have to top themselves over the years.
well, they're losing money
Whereas-
every show, but they just want to run shows because they can.
I'm just talking about psychology wise.
Yeah.
Like anybody else could have a hardcore match. You guys could have a hardcore match. You don't have to go to that kind of level to get an entertaining show. Nobody's jaded watching it, and you tell a good story. And
But
I feel like any match with a story has psychology because without some form of believability, the story would fall apart.
But how is the believability when you've got someone putting a screwdriver in someone's head? You'd die. You'd get rushed to the hospital.
My mother got stabbed in the eye with a screwdriver.
What?
What?
Yeah, so
Whoa!
she accidentally did it herself.
Oh, that's better, I guess.
But I mean, for the rest of her life, she had a bloodshot eye.
Yeah,
but
but,
I
like,
mean,
she
she
was-
looked perfectly fine. She acted perfectly fine.
But she had to go to the fucking hospital straight away.
I don't even think she went to the hospital. My family's really tough. I mean, my dad got electrocuted once and just went home.
Did he pull out somebody out of a burning car the one time?
He pulled someone out of a burning car and had burns on his hand and just went home.
They was
Just
too.
banged himself
He's
up.
fallen through 2 roofs. My grandfather was legally dead 4 times before he was 21, and he lived to 76.
How is that?
This is my family, and you wonder why I do stupid bumps. It's in my family to be dangerous.
You've got to tell me, how was he legally dead 4 times?
He was a bull rider.
No
in-
fucking way, really.
Yeah, in the I think it was the 30s.
What the fuck?
That's not that old.
My grandfather.
Oh, your grandfather?
No, my dad. No, my dad was.
Your dad's just a nut job.
Yeah, my dad just raced like muscle cars and was a truck driver and
That's
stuff.
insane.
Yeah.
So that's why you have your...
My grandfather's even had sparred in boxing, and he would like do sparring lessons with famous boxers and stuff at the time. So
That's crazy.
yeah, my grandfather's life was beyond awesome.
But it's nice though. It's nice that you
Yeah.
can sit there and talk about it. I never met any
I'm
of
just
my
saying, knowing
grandfathers.
somebody who's gone through all that, and his son who's gone through all that, and now there's me, but I know all their history and all the weird shit they've gone through,
Yeah, you must have some...
and they're tough dudes.
You must
so,
have some fucking luck. In your
I guess.
family, like-
Fucking luck.
But I mean,
Right.
in my mind, I see that stuff, and I look at someone go through like a barbed wire board, and I'm like, oh, that's gonna really hurt him for like a week. Just because that's what I have with my dad.
Nice week.
You know?
I feel like with hardcore wrestling, a lot of times it's safer than regular wrestling. Because
Oh yeah, we spoke about it.
yeah, we talked about this last night. I could go right now and have a typical backyard match, and that's going to be at least 5 times I'm going to land on my neck. Really hard. Where I could do a hardcore match and land on barbed wire 5 times, and all that's going to happen is I can get some cuts that are going to heal in a week. Sure, you can get some bad cuts, but I'd rather have a really bad cut that needs stitches than break my fucking neck or something like that.
And it's
that
all-
being said, I'm still going to land on my head and all that.
In a lot of cases with weapons and stuff like that, it's all external. It's just to present the illusion of
Exactly.
extreme internal pain. Whereas every time you bump, your entire body shakes
Yep.
internally. And I'm not saying one's better than the other. You guys would know that better than me.
Yeah.
But in seeing what you guys do, I would say having that little cut on your head or whatever is actually safer than bumping on your head twice or 3 times or something like that.
But there was a lot of like going back like to like backyard wrestling, like even like 2010, 2011. What was that fed in Jersey? The Mike Williams fed. that
HBB.
Yeah,
They ran.
just took it
they
too
ran
far.
some horrible
Headbangers
matches.
brawl.
They took it too far.
Horrible matches.
I've never heard of him.
And they would do some shit.
They
And they were
weren't
like,
around very
they were in the
long.
middle of
Yeah.
the woods, fucking just doing.
And
hard,
that's
like, St.
where
Vengeance
that's
style
where you're
wrestling.
not being
That's
safe.
where Killer K had to go to the hospital in the
Because
middle
he
of
like
the match.
cut his like liver.
They all sat down in chairs. The footage is online, and it took turns hitting each other light tubes. So he hit Wesker, and Wesker would turn and hit that guy, and they would go, and it was between the 4 of them. And for some weird reason, the initial hit, he hit Killa, and Killa started selling it. So he kind of turned to the side, and then whoever did it, I don't remember who. I think it was Wesker. I could not honestly say, so I'm not blaming anybody. They went for a second swipe, which nobody else had done, and because the light tube was already broken in half, it was much shorter.
That is my
just
least-
cut his side,
I
and
don't-
Akilla immediately dropped to the ground. The entire match was stopped. There was no finish,
Yeah.
and they did a little thing where they said, on camera, Killa is injured. The match isn't draw or whatever. And Killa came back like a month later.
He wrestled like a week and a half later.
Yeah,
I
it was
stand
much
I
shorter.
stand by with light tubes, you use them once and that's it. You don't hit somebody with a light tube and then hit them with a broken piece again, because that's where injuries happen.
That's what. Back
That's
in the
exactly
day,
what happened.
Some Rumble.
Is that how Mike cut himself?
Yeah, because Brandon hit him.
Yeah, oh, the one in the
once.
back, right?
Brandon hit
Yep.
him once,
And as soon as you see him
and
hit
it was
him
like
again,
half, and then he was like, he hit
Yeah,
him
you
right in
don't
the
do
side,
that.
like he hit him right here.
Yeah.
God.
you do that, you're asking for trouble. Hey, like, the secret to hardcore wrestling is not having the craziest match. It's keeping the person the most safe
Yeah,
while
I agree.
appearing to have the craziest match. Like me and KKK, we didn't do anything really, really crazy. We just kept each other really safe. And that's all you need to do.
Yeah.
Is trust the other person to keep you safe and you're good.
I think that's what I'm fine with doing. Like, if I'm honest, I'm uncomfortable doing the hardcore stuff. I'm uncomfortable doing it. It's not anyone else's fault. I just don't. But I know that I'll do it with Mike and I'll be safe.
Because
Like, we're doing skewers.
Yes, we are.
I'm putting skewers in, man. That terrifies.
I'm
well-
not getting any. I
No.
get to walk away without any of this stuff.
Yeah. He's fucking fine. I have to put skewers in my head. But
I gotta take a Regalplex through a wire board though.
and take a barbed wire roaring elbow and a barbed wire lariat. So
That'll be something.
But I wouldn't trust anyone else to put skewers in my head. Only him. Because I know I know how he knows how to do it. He knows how to do it, and I know that he knows how to do it.
I showed you over webcam how to do it.
He also touched himself over webcam, but
I was. Well, I'm not supposed to tell him about me jerking off for you.
See, this is why.
You ever feel like when you like anything can go wrong? Anything you can do.
Yeah, you could do like the safest
You could do a
singles
fucking
match.
body slam, and you could be like, "Oh shit, my fucking shoulder just gave out." And you
Yeah.
can fucking go.
And the guy drops on his fucking head and breaks his neck.
like when Mike does suplex.
my
He
suplex
slams to me and just drops me in my head. Now, granted, I asked for it. But
my suplexes in the rope was loose too.
yeah.
The bottom rope was non-existent. I
Yeah.
fucking scoop slammed you, and there was nothing to catch you, and you just died. And I stood there like, oh.
I asked for it though,
I
and I
killed
was totally
Rad.
prepared. So
I don't like doing body slams because I'm short, and it doesn't look good when I do them. I avoid doing them. I'll suplex people, I'll, driver them, whatever. I just won't. I don't like scoop slams. I'm way too short for them. Anything where I gotta turn, unless it's like a Michinoku, I can do that.
Who's the person that you feel the most safe with in the ring?
That's hard.
Or give me a list of people.
Oh, list easy. Oh, that's easy. Like Sean Wilson.
Okay.
Guy Sean Wilson doesn't do any dangerous moves, and he knows how to do his moves, and he knows how to place moves so they get popped.
before you go any further, has Sean Wilson got a really good gimmick, or is he just himself? Because he seems to come off as like a really good heel, and I don't know if that's on
He's a
purpose
face
or
now.
not.
He's a face.
Okay, but I mean when he was a heel.
Yeah, but it was just him being being Michael
Okay.
Wilson, which just turns out it's like fucking Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, okay.
He's the backyard.
I just want to make sure.
He is the like. I just find him entertaining. He doesn't do anything dangerous. Doesn't take any dangerous bumps. Doesn't do anything like that. He's just the way he moves. Because I never really used to like his wrestling ability because I was like, it's all the same stuff. Because he's not ever going to put himself out there. He isn't going to ever take that bump, and you're like, why the fuck did you just do that bump? He's never going to do that. But then I started enjoying his matches. He didn't need to do that. That wasn't his style. That wasn't the way he was doing it. And then it just got better and better and better and better. And I just fucking loved it. Like him, Ash. I think Ash is someone that does, you're more dangerous, quote unquote. You're not dangerous, but more like high risk moves, maneuvers. If you will.
More the illusion of high risk,
Yeah.
would you say?
Yeah. And I've never felt safe with him. Like I've never ever felt like, oh god, I'm gonna die.
What about guys from here?
Here, I've only wrestled like, if you think about it, I've only wrestled like 7 guys.
But what about?
That makes the list easy.
Yeah, like Mike, Mike just hits hard. Mike. That doesn't make Mike.
What do I do?
That doesn't make Mike unsafe. That just
do I do?
makes Mike. Oh, we're talking about safe people.
He tells you hit hard.
Yeah, he
Oh,
hits
yeah.
hard, but he's not unsafe.
It's not like, yeah.
Like, there's a difference between him doing really hot, dangerous moves he doesn't know how to do. and
He's not
hitting
taking
hard.
liberties with you.
Yeah,
either.
no, I know full well going into that match he was going to hit me hard.
There's a question for you, Sam. We'll get back to that in a second. Has anyone ever given you a receipt?
Or say,
Sam owes me like 4 receipts.
I don't hit hard. I don't hit people hard enough to get
You
results.
should put in a spot
right.
where you punch me in the face.
Yeah,
Yo, what the
You owe
fuck?
me one.
Yeah, that last show, that was funny. I don't think many people
That
know
was
the
funny,
story.
he says.
Yeah, but it wasn't that bad. Like, I thought he was going to hit me a lot harder. He busted my mouth open, which I thought was cool. But I was like, he's going to fucking knock me out. I didn't know where he was going to hit me. And he hit me in the jaw, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Rather than him hit me like in the head. But like, we sat there, and I said, oh, I want to do a spot. We're doing the pure rules match. I want to do a spot where I'm slapping you, and to get out a rope break, you just punch me in the face. You just shoot punch me. So he just boom, and I don't
did.
even sell it. I just go down.
I just punched him in the face.
Yeah, like it wasn't.
Yeah, I felt bad about that one.
I genuinely.
And then I headbutted him 3 times. Like all the things that I could possibly do to hurt
The
somebody.
headbutts. I don't think the headbutts were as bad as I thought.
I genuinely feel like your match with Mike, though, like, made people care about the pure rules and the pure title more than I wouldn't have been able to do anything like that. You guys really put on something special, and the emphasis on the punches and stuff. It made the punches really important, whereas a lot of matches just have punches for no reason and
We
it
knew the
doesn't
punch,
matter.
the punch would get like a weird reaction. Because the way we punched, he punched me and I was facing away from the camera. So, and I remember, I think that was a closed fist. And then as soon as I turned round to face the hard camera, and I was just like, bleeding from the mouth, I was like, yeah, that's a good image. Wrestling's all about imagery. If,
Absolutely.
like, you look at some of the best imagery in wrestling, and that describes a generation. Bret Hart, Austin, where he's fucking in the sharpshooter. That's,
blood.
yeah, that's imagery. You know, the mid shot of Mankind and fucking Undertaker, him being thrown off, imagery.
Probably I would say one of the best imagery. Hogan and Andre stare down.
The body slam.
The body
the body
slam.
slam, yeah.
You know.
The Rock and Hogan stare down. Like, it's all imagery, and if you can put
And the Undertaker, Lesnar.
Yeah, Undertaker and Lesnar. One of the most underrated pieces of imagery is Hogan McMahon, when McMahon rises up from the apron. Believe
Yes, I love that.
And
with
he's-
the pipe, right?
with
He's
the
got
pipe, he's just like
that is.
that's magnificent.
What?
I had shivers. That was WrestleMania 19, 19.
19.
I had shivers seeing
Yeah.
that. That was one of the coolest moments.
It just
as a
highlights
fan
how
ever.
much of a horrible person.
Do you think that's what's missing from this current backyard is that there's not those moments?
Yeah, I would say that. I think I'd be honest and say that people don't focus as much on the visuals as much as the wrestling itself.
Because people want to see cool shit, and people they don't really care about.
Me and Mike could
I don't know. I feel like there are some.
It's just camera
because
angles, though. You can't.
No. Listen, hear me out.
Okay, I will.
I'll give you a great image. There's two women in the ring in a tag team tournament,
Okay.
and the music plays, and here comes Chris Frank and JD Static.
Yeah.
That's an image.
But would you
That's
say
a memorable
bene-
image.
But would you say that's benefited by the character? They could have
Right.
came out.
Yes, I do benefit.
Who was the kid I wrestled named Nate at 3BW?
Nate Adams.
Nate Adams. So he's coming.
And yeah, I would say it did benefit because you would only go nuts if you knew what their character was.
Exactly. So that's benefited by their character and not just by their wrestling. So I'm not saying that the imagery is dead in Yarding. I'm saying that the imagery is only enhanced by A, the character, or B, the scenario.
Yeah, but what image isn't though? That's what I mean.
Exactly. The image
Yeah.
is open to interpretation. I'm not saying that the image has to be someone rising over the apron with a crimson mask or anything.
Right.
What I'm saying is that if you're going to do something on that level, on that caliber, then why not have it be special and try and insert the moments that people remember. I think one of the things that I try and do was the stare down after Scott Henderson gave me the
The lariat.
not the what's it called, the Rainmaker.
Yes.
And I kicked out at one. I just stared it. That's one of them. You know, and that made me personally. I'm in the fucking match. I'm marking it. So I knew this is one of them. That is one of them moments. Because that was when the crowd finally not got behind me, but the crowd was like, that's one of the best crowds I've been in front of. I'll straight up say that. The crowd lost their shit, and I'm just sitting there like.
You had them completely in the palm of your hand, every single person.
And that's the first time I've ever had that. I'll honestly be very, very surprised if I ever have that again. I had everyone just go, Sam's going to retain him against Scott. People sustained their belief for that
Hey
brief
Sam, you're the
time.
main event of day 2.
Are we? Yeah. Chris, I'm going to kill you, bro.
Before I kill you, bro.
Chris, bro, you're making kids cry, bro?
Doink, bro.
Alright, Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Oh man.
But yeah, like,
Eric, by the way, you know who's driving Marky here? Fucking Nick Hex.
Is he?
who's Nick Hex?
Chris, how
no
do you know
idea.
Marky was coming? Oh, Eric told me.
You little, you narc. I don't know, like, I just,
Like I said, Nick Hex.
who's Nick Hex?
I don't know.
What?
Honestly.
Back here, my wiener's out.
I'm not fucking coming back, man.
Mike, I'll come back there if you tell me who Nick Hex is.
He's fucking some dude. He goes like this. He's fucking came to one shows like this. The whole time he's like this.
He's a Randy Orton mark that used to come to our shows. He wanted to learn how to wrestle. We never let him do it. Though.
Yeah, he's like this. The
He's
whole
a
time
former.
like
He's a
this.
former like Marine. So we fucking.
Oh,
He's like this. The whole
This
time.
could be like Shawn Michaels. And
He's
the
not really.
fucking
He's not really
Marine.
coming back.
He's like this. He's like this.
Weird dude.
But yeah, I don't know, like, images. Like, like, wrestling is all about imagery. Wrestling is all about creating the moments that make time kind of stand still a little bit. I think that's my favourite type of wrestling.
Well, let's talk about.
I missed the talk about our entire match.
Let's talk about all the other favorites. Let's talk about your favorite matches. Your favorite matches, Sam. Matches you've seen and matches you've been in.
Jesus Christ. Let's start with been in because I'm gonna need to think about things because I've seen some fucking barnstormers. Not me and Mike.
Oh, you guys wrestle? I don't remember that.
No, I'm joking. Me and Mike, right? Me and Mike for sure. I think me and Damaris could have been better.
Okay.
I think if I had what I know now, I reckon me and Damaris could have been better. It wouldn't have been about spots. Me and Damaris was a spot first. Me and Damaris now would have been something. I think I rushed Damaris. I think I rushed into facing. I don't think I was ready to face him. I'll be very honest and say that. I don't think I was on that level. I was here, and there's him trying to fucking pull me up, and I'm too heavy to pull up. but that's not me trying to feel sorry for myself or anything. I think I just rushed wrestling him. I should have held back a little bit. I asked to wrestle. I wanted to fucking wrestle Matt Damaris. I wanted to wrestle him. But like, I'm just wrestling one of the best guys ever, and but I shouldn't have done that. I wrestled Mike, and
you should stay on that level. Is that what you're saying?
No. This is this is what I'm saying. I wrestled Mike, and no one kind of realised what was going to happen. Would you say that?
Yeah, no one knew what they were getting.
No one knew what they were getting. And then after I wrestled Mike, people were like, "Oh, how's he going to wrestle? How's he going to wrestle tomorrow? He's got to keep his style." And then I was like, "Okay, I'm just going to do spots. The whole match is going to be about spots. There's going to be no overarching story." Like the thing is, we could do a spot fest in the pure rules. As long as we have the pure rules going on, you've got a story. You've got an overarching thing. Mm-hmm. So yeah, like Matt Damaris, to an extent, was one of my favourite matches. I know now, I'm personally pissed off with that match because I know I could have done a hell of a lot better and kept up with him. If I was doing it now, I'm not saying I'm just as good as Matt, but I think my brain, psychologically, would have kept up with Matt.
Your experience is what benefited the match.
If I don't say the 8-man tag, I'm going to be stupid. Like, the 8-man tag is the pinnacle of my wrestling.
You have something you have something on Rad though.
What's that?
Rad never wrestled Damaris in singles.
Did you?
Nope.
No, I've only wrestled him at a three-way goodbye a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And I'll admit, I wasn't ready for that match either.
Yeah, when I wrestled Matt, I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
He carried me through it.
Yeah.
Like, it's really weird though, my match with Damaris. And Damaris, I think, will be very honest. Damaris forgot the spots. I think that's the only thing that I would kind of took solace in. Because Damaris forgot the spots. But then when we knew what we were doing, I couldn't keep up with Damaris.
Can we all agree on something that he put everybody he's worked
over
on a higher level?
Oh
yeah.
Than
you wrestle Matt.
Damaris might be like a million
like
bucks.
he
You wrestle
wrestled
Matt,
Marky
you come
7 times.
Yeah.
And I think Marky,
He grew.
if Marky never wrestled Damaris, I don't think Marky's where he's at now.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, do you want another shot?
Yeah, want to take another shot with me?
I'm not taking one.
You should take one.
No.
That's stupid.
I've been drinking a bunch over here.
Oh, you should drink.
Like, I don't know. Like, I just think that, you know, in terms of English matches, me and Tim had a match a couple of months ago. That was superb. English crowd didn't get it. American crowd would have.
How are the crowds over there?
Shit. Straight up. They don't pop for spots. I'll tell you one of the spots right now and you tell me if it's fucking cool. We have a ramp, like a runway.
Okay.
Like, kind of like the NYE runway. So he gave me an elbow to the outside. I kind of was like firing up. I ran back in. As I tried to jump through the middle rope, he jumped up, and as he came down, I was halfway through the rope, and he caught me in a power driver in the ropes.
Beautiful.
That's what the fuck.
They just kind of went, oh. Like, that's one of the best spots I've ever done.
What they expect though? Where's their interest then?
Their interest is.
You just said they come to watch bad
Just
matches.
seeing the bad matches.
I wouldn't say
The reaction for that spot here in America would have been.
But that's what me and Tim
Forget
said.
it.
But like, the thing is, if you just sit there and do like a boring match, but if you sit there and do just like tech and stuff like that, people go, it's boring. If you go all out and do your spots and your shit like that, people go, oh, that was too much. And then you try and get a middle ground, but every middle ground's different. Everyone go, oh, I like seeing more spots. So you're trying to appease these people, and then they go, oh, I like more tech. trying to please these
You
people.
can't please everyone.
No.
Exactly, and I think that's the big thing.
I don't know how many people really want to see tech matches, if you know what I
Oh
mean.
fuck! Hell yeah, I like that.
I see what was done there.
Tech and Rad.
It's about Tech the wrestler.
Oh,
I want to
Tech,
see a
what
Rad
shit
and Tech
face.
match.
Yeah.
I fucking hate Tech. I've never even met him. I've just heard stories about him.
He's a hard man to
Go ahead,
like.
say it. Go ahead, say it.
Yeah, like
Go ahead, say it. Fuck you, Tech.
fuck you, Tech. Oh no, I've just heard stories about him, and I don't like it. Like apparently he does that fucking cannonball.
This is my responsible drink. I'm measuring out how many shots I'm putting in each drink.
Jesus Christ! You've put 3 shots in there.
Mike's gonna be an adult soon, so he's getting ready by
Oh, jeez.
Oh yeah, I
being
turned 21 in 6
responsible.
days.
He was like,
No, we were talking more
yo,
about
is
your
Mike
Hilton.
coming out for your birthday?
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Is Mike coming out for your birthday?
No, he can't come out. We're going to we were gonna go to Platinum a few days later, but Christina doesn't want him to go because like of the prostitution.
No,
shit that went on
no,
there.
no.
Platinum? What's
Marky.
Platinum?
Marky.
Marky. Oh, you said Mike.
No, I
but
said
okay.
Marky.
I don't know. I'm gonna ask him when he gets here. I know
Is he
Chris
going
Frank
after
said he is.
Apparently we can't go to the casino.
Yeah, that's what Eric was saying too.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to a little bar by his house.
Oh, right, okay.
It's like at my house, yeah.
Is it nice?
It's like
Yeah,
wa-
it's
like
nice because it's a bar restaurant, so there'll be no issues. I don't want to go anywhere where there's a bouncer that's gonna ID you at the door. We're gonna avoid that.
Yeah, I think I'd be.
I think you'd be fine, but some of them are gonna, like John was saying, do you got a passport? Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Who said that?
John was saying like because they have he has foreign exchange students or whatever, like students studying abroad that go to his school, like Ireland and shit like
Oh,
that.
Johnny Boy.
Yeah, and when they go out, a lot of times they won't accept their ID from there. They want their passport.
But that's stupid, because why are you going to bring your passport?
'Cause why would you
out?
carry your
Yeah,
fucking
exactly. You lose your passport, you can't get home.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the wrestling. What do you want to ask me next?
Well, let's talk about favorite matches you've seen.
Favourite matches I've seen? Ooh, good damn. Hot diggity.
This drink is strong.
Diggity dog.
Diggity
Yard or
down.
pro?
Oh, that's hard. Chris Marsh, Josh Wall, if you've never seen that match, go and fucking watch that match. It's the best match we've seen. It was a loser leaves RCWA match.
I agree. That was a great match.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it when it came out.
How good is that match?
It was awesome.
Like fucking unreal. That match is super.
Were you in the crowd for that?
Yeah, that's one of the best matches I've seen live. That I think Train versus Don was really unexpected.
Yeah.
That was like stupidly stiff. Yeah, I was a big mark for that.
What about the
Look at
Morse
Rad
Vengeance? What about the Morse Vengeance?
Demoris St. Vengeance was in a fucking league.
The tone.
Jay Crypta versus fucking Perfection was the shortest best match we've seen. All I had to do, it was 8 minutes long.
8 minutes.
Was it that short?
It was 8 minutes. I watched it the other day. 8 minutes long, and there was no horrible bumps in there. None. All they did was just build up the fact that it's Jay fucking Crypta versus Perfection. That's what I had to do. You know, that's one of my favourite. A lot of the NYE stuff is going to be on the list. What else? Oh, there's a real, like, I recommend this to anyone that listens to this. Is Tim Lee versus Damien Black. Damien Black's a huge guy.
Oh, I know him.
Damien Black's a big guy. And he necked a lariat off of Tim.
Wow.
And it was the most impressive things I've ever seen. Like, he just fucking died. And they had such a good match. Like, he took the in the ropes power driver as well. It's like the first time I've ever seen him really take a dangerous bumps. But yeah, that was a little sleeper hit that I loved. You know, I've got so many matches, man. Like, it's hard narrowing it down. Like, a lot of the NYE stuff I saw was spectacular. Like, your match with KKK, that's up there because it was different. You know, I've never seen a death match live before. So for me, that was like, I can remember that. The curb stomp on the table still the stupidest thing I've seen.
I don't know what I was thinking on that one. I legitimately don't know what I was thinking on that one.
That was stupid.
That was a bad idea.
But like,
I got lucky.
yeah, you did, because you could have really
That could have been
done
bad.
You
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
fucked you.
I know, you could have broke the bench and then you had to pay for it.
I know. All I got was a little bump and a
You break
cut.
bench? You broke the bench?
No,
No one's gonna break that bench.
I was belittling
I
the
took
spot.
a
you
fucking-
bumped on that, and that was the scariest thing I've seen all weekend.
What,
Was you
Saito?
taking the Saito onto the thing?
He did,
Just
he
because like I saw you going, and
I
I'm
gave him
like,
the Saito
I'm like,
on day
shit,
one.
you're gonna hit right in between
And
the tables.
it looked
and you
so...
Yeah, and I
it looked
just
so
I,
bad.
I just bounced off of that.
Yeah, that was
in like
gross.
I was stupid, but you know.
That looks so painful.
The thing is, I thought that was my last weekend of wrestling, so I was like, oh, I don't have to worry
did.
anymore.
Made me cry, Sam.
Yeah, damn, I made myself cry.
We all cry.
It's really funny though, like that. I tell everyone, you know, with my dad and stuff. You know, my dad's ill, and it's hard for me because obviously, me and my dad are real close, like real close. I fucking love him to bits. He doesn't understand wrestling. Doesn't understand it at all. He don't see the interest in it. Doesn't see whatever. But my dad's just like. And I show him my stuff, and I, you know, you always show your dad like the stuff that kind of makes you happy. You're always gonna sit there and go, "Oh, here you go, Dad. You know, I've done this today." And my dad will sit there and watch it. He doesn't have it. He don't fucking watch it, but he'll do it anyway. You know, because it makes his son happy. And I show him it, and he goes, "Why are all these people like screaming and stuff like that at like certain moves?" And I was like, "Oh, that's just a mark. That, you know, that's what happens when people really like something you don't." And after that, I told my dad I was stopping. I said, "You know, Dad, you know, I'm going to wrestle a street fight against Storm and I'm done." He went, "Oh, right, okay." And then he was told he was ill again. And he said to me, what are you doing?" I was like, "I'm not going wrestling today." And it's funny because no RCWA guys know. They all thought I should come back. I said after Britfest I was done. And everyone kind of just shrugged it off. It was not a big deal. And I just said, you know, I'm not being an idiot. I'm just, you know, I kind of want to be able to walk when I'm 25.
Is that the truth?
I want to sit there with my, you know, I want to do what my dad did with me. I want to sit over the guy at the park and play football with my kid. And my dad just said, you know, he said, "I don't know anything about it, and I could be telling you a lie here. I'm just going to say what I said." He said, "You know, you're a good wrestler." He said, "You do stuff," and I said, he goes, "You know, I'll always take the piss out of you and say you're fat." Like, he does. He's fucking fat himself. He can't say. We'd always sit there and go, how can you like jump over a top rope or do like a backflip or something like that? And he'll just go, "You're so athletic," and I've never realised that. He said, "You used to play for the football team, and all you used to do was use your strength in football. You just used to, I'd go, a player would be running alongside me, just ease him off the ball, take the ball, 40 yard, beautiful pass." And he just said, "You know, I finally seen something that you're better at than football, that's wrestling." And he said, "Just worry about your baby when you forward." He said, "Because I wish that I had that same thing." He said that I worried so much when I was in my 20s and stuff about you guys. And he said, "I wish that weren't the case. I wish," you know, he said, as much as, you know, the best thing in my life is raising 3 kids and raising them to their adults. You know, I've done my job. That was what his main ethos was raising 3 kids. You know, he wasn't a big, "Oh, I'm going to go out with my wife and leave them to babysitters." No, we used to go with them, which is shit. So I never had time, no, which I always thought. But, and he just said, "You know, man, you're stopping wrestling and you enjoy wrestling so much." He said, "What's the point?" He said, "You're going to get to a point when you're 23, 24 and you're going to be like, I wish I could go back." And then and you know, I don't think RCWA won't last forever. And it's going to get to a point where I get to the age and RCWA collapses. Which, I don't know, sooner or later it's going to happen. It happens to everything. And there's going to be no feds. And what? And I'm going to sit there and go, "Oh, I finished 2 years before RCWA closed down. I finished 5 years before RCWA closed down." I want to be there to the end. They gave me everything. They gave me every opportunity ever. And for that, you know, I would have never had the confidence to come over here for one of them. Ever. I would have never had the confidence to wrestle for a title or anything. Like, I still don't have the confidence to be like accepting of people's praise. Like when people go, "Oh yeah, you know, you had a really good match," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, it was right." I'll never say, you know, I had people coming up to me in my saying that was the best match I've ever seen. I was like, "Mate, you're ribbing me." I said this to you.
Yeah.
I said this to you.
I said
You and
that
Justin.
too.
You and Justin were sitting there, like, "My God, that was fucking insane. That was one of the best matches I've ever seen." Fuck off. You know? No, it wasn't. And you know, and it's really funny why I'm out here. My dad's really ill at the moment, and it's funny. I spoke to him today. Actually. It's his birthday. So I wish him happy birthday and stuff. I said, "Oh yeah, how's your birthday playing?" Yeah, it's alright. I'm gonna go and do some fireworks and stuff like that. Because it's firework night here, as well as like it's his birthday, which is quite convenient. So every year for his birthday, he buys himself some fuck off fireworks and shit, and just has a lovely time.
Bonfire night in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, I don't actually know what they're doing.
It's bonfire night in the UK. It's from
Yeah,
it's
I
from
know,
Snapchat.
I know it's bonfire. I don't know where that is. Is that lunch? But yeah, like, so he does all of that, and it's really funny. Shit. Oh, man. He's pretty ill at the moment. Like, I'm not gonna hide the fact that, like, I came out here worrying that he was gonna die. Like that. And I didn't want to go. That's nothing to do with you guys. That's nothing to do with the fact that, oh yeah, well, blah, 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 I don't want to come out here. It's the fact that I'm really worried that my dad's going to die. Why, man? I said that for you, and I spoke to my dad today, and he seems all right. Like, he was meant to go for chemo on, I'm going to say Saturday, because I was out on Saturday, and I came in, and he never went. I was like, why don't you go? I look in the fridge, there was all beers. I was like, what's he got good news? What's he doing? And he just went, I'm going for chemo. But why? He went, when your time's up, your time's up. He said, why do I want to prolong agony? I don't want to do that. I want to go out on my own terms. I want to drink a beer, I want to smoke. And just go out and do whatever I need to do. And that's how he's going. And I just kind of went, it puts life into perspective. It puts everything into perspective. It put wrestling into perspective. I was like, I don't go out for the wrestling. The wrestling becomes secondary now. It's just the people. It's like you guys having your best mate, and you sit there with your best mate, and you're like, you see each other every day, and then you move to the other side of the world. You're still going to see them. Yeah, but you're not going to see them as much as you see them twice. But these are people you want to see every day. Most of the Americans that I've met, I'd sit there, if they lived in England, and I'd see them every day. Or see them at least once a week. We'd go out on a weekend and have a drink or whatever. But that's what I'd do, because that's how important you guys are. But then it gets to the point where you're like, you remember, like, I've had days where I'm like, oh shit, I'll just go out with Dan. I'll go out with Mike. And then you realise, oh yeah, they're fucking 3,000 miles away, 4,000 miles away. And it's the shittest feeling in the world, because when you feel like down, especially with my dad and shit, you're like, oh, who can pick me up? I mean, you've got your best mates in England, I'm not saying I don't. But like, you see them all the time and they give you best mate advice. And sometimes it's just what you want to hear, rather than the truth. So, you're like, oh yeah, I wonder what Dan's doing, or Mike's doing, or Chris is doing, or Justin's doing. And then you realise, they're 3,000 miles away, and what do? You're fucking... It's upsetting. It really is sometimes really upsetting. Like, oh no, like when my dad first became ill, we struggled quite a bit. And we got to the point where I was fucked up. Like, in terms of, in the head. Not like mental, but I was just fucked up in terms of like, it just really got to me. So I was scared. I was going to go out without Dad and be like, oh shit, like I ain't got a dad thing. And I might put it into perspective. I'll sit there, and anyone that ever said anything to me, I'll use Mike. Because Mike isn't a fucker, I think. You're not fuck up.
I fuck around.
Yeah, but you're not fuck up. You know what I mean? You're not like a drug dealer, and you know, you've got yourself a job and shit like that. Hello, Marky. Marky. Hello, Marky.
So you got any more of your little roll jobs?
Oh yeah, they're in my bag.
Mind if I grab one? I like those. Have you been?
Fuck you been?
Yeah,
like
I
last
got them.
4 shows.
I think they're in the bag. Alright, they're in my white bag. I think they're on the side without the money in it.
Okay.
Alright, so
Yeah, so,
Marquee Electric.
come here, you fucking beautiful man. Come here.
Just give to give you an
Marky's on the
We're doing a
podcast.
podcast right now.
GBYWN podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't know we had a podcast? I've been doing it for a while.
He's plugging the fucking podcast.
It's alright.
You like,
I don't watch anything.
It's okay, it's audio.
Do you not smoke anymore?
What?
Do you not smoke anymore? What the fuck is that?
I'm just trying to cut back a little bit.
Oh, right. You only sell like packs of 20 over here. You don't sell packs of 10.
What?
You don't sell like packs of 10 cigarettes. You only sell packs of 20 cigarettes. That's fucked up. I had to buy a pack of 20 cigarettes though. I was like, I don't smoke 20. Why do I want to smoke 20? I want to smoke 10. I want to smoke 14. Not 20. 14. I can't smoke 14. But anyway, yeah, back to my horrible life story. Let's carry on. Yeah, so I was like fucked up, but then I use like Mike as an example. Like Mike lost his dad at what, 15?
Yeah.
That young. And I was like, I'm like 16, 17. I've got a year on Mike, and Mike didn't turn out like a fucker. I don't care what happens with my dad. And then I just put my life into perspective in that sense. I spoke to Mike on Uvu like 2 weeks before I come out, and I told Mike, I said, I'm fucking scared. I don't want to sit with that guy. That's it. And Mike just said, you know, you got to keep yourself occupied. You know, you have to do stuff, and you have to spend time with him. He said, you know, I'd love to spend time with him before he died. He said, you don't know. And he said, you've actually been given a time frame and shit like that. And I think that's the only saving grace from the whole situation. But yeah, no, he just, you know, my dad just went, you know, if you want to wrestle, why are you worried about your back now? Worry about your back when you're like 30, 35. Worry about it when you've actually got something to worry about, a fucking mortgage to worry about, not when you're sitting there and you're going out drinking every week. What the fuck? Like, it's just, yeah, my back hurts now. But like, I don't give a fuck. I'll go out and beat damage up. Allentown, beautiful place.
Allentown.
But like, I'll go and beat damage up and he'll probably beat me up more. But like, I'll take trouble man to go damage. I'm gonna do barbed wire for the first time. That should be fun. Marky, how's barbed wire? You don't barbed wire against damage.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But I'm wrapping it around my arm.
I'm guessing you're layering with it.
Yeah, no, I am. That's the exact spot. No, I'm inside elbowing and then
Okay, yeah. Well, then that might get stuck in there.
Yeah, I'm putting like a tube stock over my arm.
Okay.
Because I'm like, this is a beautiful arm. I could be an arm model. Not a fucking face model. Certainly not a body model, but this arm's quite spectacular.
What about the hands?
The hand, no, I can't be a hand model because where I smoke roll-ups, you get like a green bit on your fucking finger, so I can't be a hand model anymore. I'll be a hand model for like tobacco. That'd be sick. That'd be like a dream job. Like, you get so much free shit. But yeah. God, what's happening in Allentown?
They're looking for like.
Allentown's happening in Allentown.
Yeah, they're fucking looking for an illegal alien.
It happens around this time. Every show we do, it's like fucking like around 8 o'clock. It's like.
And we're gonna have to stop it there, folks. So much more coming down the pipeline from none other than former Global Backyard Wrestling Nation Champion of the World, former RCWA alumni, Sam Jude. And until then, folks, we will have more coming to you in hopefully just 2 weeks after you listen to the sounds of Backyard Wrestling. So until then, I am your host, Rad Hazard, signing off for the Global Backyard Wrestling Nation Podcast.
It's like the best match you've ever had. Huh? That's like the best match you've ever had.
Wait, did you fucking watch all the other ones I had? You fucking know. It's not the best match I ever had.
Well, I'm trying to compliment
I
you
don't want to fucking
backhanded.
carry your shit, man. You fucking been here all day. I ignored the hell out of you. You got a fucking problem with me. You know what? No one ever fucking says to my goddamn face. I'm fucking tired of this shit. I'm gonna take care of this shit. Now nobody else in this fucking yard that has a problem with anybody ever comes to someone's face. They always gotta say it on the fucking internet. I fucking ignored you all goddamn day, Don, because I don't want to deal with this shit. Now you open your fucking mouth. What the fuck is your problem all the goddamn time? Every fucking buddy, I worked hard! I fucking worked hard for this fucking community! Make fucking videos, run this fucking show, all this shit, now you gotta do some fucking shit! Get off me! Let me at this motherfucker! Fuck you, Don! Fuck you, Don! I'm fucking tired of this shit, Don! Fucking tired of this shit!
Stop this shit. What the fuck are you doing? Man, you disrespecting me in my house like this? How fucking dare you? Get the fuck out. Get out of here. Don, you two, get the fuck out of here. Take your crew and get the fuck out. It's over. Oh, who's that? Get the fuck out. It's over. Get the fuck out. I'm so fucking...